Hello and welcome to NetXMS Talks. We'll be talking about functionality for remote management and remote access. We will cover topics of remote control through VNC and agent file management, how to make screenshots and screencasts, and software upload using NetXMS Package Manager. Of course, there will be recording of this webinar, so you will be able to rewatch it later. And as usual, video will be published on our YouTube channel. And now I give a presentation to Tanya, and she will show the file management functionality of NetXMS.
Yeah, hi everyone. So I am covering two topics today. First topic is File Manager. It's one of my favorite functionality for debugging. File Manager gives us option to see files, to upload files, and to download files to the remote node, to the remote server. Let's first figure out how to configure it. First, we have requirement that on the node where we want to manage files, agent should be installed, and agent should have some configurations. Let's see agent configurations. We should enable sub-agent file manager, and we should create section file manager in the agent configuration file. Here you can see that I have multiple root folders. I have the main root folder. Also, I have my user's desktop documents, and also NetXMS log files folder. Here you can see that my root folder, the root of the computer, has some modifier. This modifier means that this one will be read-only. So once everything is configured on the agent, as you know, when you make some adjustment in agent configuration, you should restart it. Then here will be seen tab File Manager. And here you can see all the root folders that were added in the agent configuration persist here. So if, for example, as I said, this one is added as read-only, and all other ones are configured as also writable. So, for example, if I will try to upload something to TMP folder, as you can see, it, as usual, has access to everyone to do anything. Okay. Let's upload this one. He will say to me that access denied, even though that theoretically anyone can do there anything. It's because I have restricted that anything under this root folder is read-only, but I have few exceptions like my desktop, documents, and NetXMS logs. So for example, here I am fully capable of uploading file. Let's upload the same file. And it has been uploaded. Maybe let's rename it. Okay, now it's A to do, and it's the first, the list. So it's more visible. So as you can see, I can upload files here. I can rename them if I have the right access rights to them. I also can get a fingerprint of the file, copy name, copy file path. I also renamed it, and I can delete it, as well as something that I use for debugging is, so I can for sure download the whole log of the agent, but usually, where was it? Show. So show opens me file in NetXMS, and it populates this file once something is added to this file. So for example, so follows as tail minus F, and show just shows the latest, the whole file. So file changes just follows the agent, but agent stops. Okay, something happened with my agent. So you can see when I press follow, it follows all the changes that are coming from the file. And as I'm monitoring the agent log itself, so it will be populated all over that the file monitoring command is coming all the way from the agent to the server. So it's shown here. And this way, usually when I need to monitor some stuff like network service status requests, when I don't know what is happening, for example, here is unexpected TLS packet was received, or like if something is not working and I know that for debugging, I need to see what agent prints, I can exit here the debug level in agent configuration, just restart the agent and then just follow the changes of the agent file log. It's about the file manager. The second thing that I want to describe is agent actions. One is to get file, to upload or download files. Another thing is to execute some actions that we want to execute remotely. In this case, where you should define actions in the agent configuration file. Here you can see that I have multiple actions. I have just echo action, netStat, top, and ping. So let's see the differences here. So netStat, so first about the definition. In action, you should say the name of the action, how it will be referred in the NetXMS server, then it's semicolon, then the command that should be executed. Here we have multiple actions. Those two are just executed. This one has 4 parameters. As you can see, we can refer them by $1, $2, $3, $4. And this one is a special format of the action. This is Docker style. This means that those actions are executed in a shell. So it will be shell execute and those actions. This means if you have some parameters, it might be not really secure this way, because you can make the parameters in such a way that after the command that you meant to execute, operator can input some stuff and some another commands might be executed as well, which you don't want to do. In this case, you can use this Docker style. Here you can see in Docker style, first parameter is the binary that we will execute, and then you should give all the parameters. And those parameters, we for sure know that they won't be bash interpreted. They are just parameters for the executable. Nothing more, nothing less. And this is more secure way of executing actions if you want additional security. So I showed you how actions are configured on the agent side. Then let's see how can we use them on the server side. One of the options how to use actions are object tools. So if we will go in the configuration in object tools, here I have configured some tools for the demo. First, let's check netStat. As you saw, so this is the name. This one means that first part is the directory and the last part is the name of the object tool. Then we have agent command. We say that it generates output. That's all. So let's check netStat. So here I have output of the netstat, really, really long. And I can re-execute it if needed. So let's check next one. The ping one. Oh, we can also execute the top one because it's also none of parameters were used. We also say that it's under demo top. Agent command name is a top, and command generates output. So let's see, tools demo top. So here is my top command output for my computer. So next one is a bit more trickier. It's a ping. I have configured ping, so I can input what I should ping from this machine. So if you want to ping something not from the NetXMS or not from the proxy agents, you have option to create action and something like if you don't want to configure data collection item, for example, you just want sometimes to make some pings to detect some problems, here you have option. And here you can see that I have added input field destination. And here I use that the command is ping and then separated with a space. I use macro that will be expanded to the input, what I will input when I will execute this object tool. So let's see. Tools ping NetXMS org. So here we can see command is pinging NetXMS org. What we see that we have action terminated. So when we execute action, action has a timeout. And if the action that was executed on the node exceeded the time, then it just terminates. And here exactly what we can see that the action was terminated. This also can be adjusted if you want to execute some really long-running actions, or if you want to give some more time for the ping in agent configuration. There is external command timeout. So it's in milliseconds. Default is 5 seconds. As you can see here, I just set it to the default value. But you can adjust it and it will give a bit more time for the command to be executed. And last thing that I wanted to show you is echo command. There, as you saw, I have multiple parameters. I have 4 parameters, and here you can see that the name of the action in the agent file is echo. And then we have all those parameters here. And in the input fields, I created this echo command to show you the different options for the input fields. So here I have text, password, number, and second test. Let's execute this one. Okay. Oh. So in the text, you can input any text. Password, when you type it, will be hidden. In the number, you can put here on the number and another text. If I click OK, we just see that echo and the text that I have provided is sent here. And as you can see, something happened. The last text was not sent. It's because what happened? Here I have definition of the object tool, and those parameters were converted to the text that I put into the input, but in my first input, there was the text with the space. The first parameter was counted on the agent side as 2 parameters, and the last one was just emitted. So if we will put it like this, let's try again. So if we will re-execute, it will just pass the same parameters again and again. So let's do echo. Now you can see that all of them were passed because I just quoted that anything that was given to the input or as a parameter should be counted as one parameter. So it's like any text was in quotes. So this means it is one parameter. So it was passed fully in the first parameter.
So let's start with screenshots. It's really simple feature, not much to talk about. So if you have session agents or user agent installed on your Windows machine, you can actually take a screenshot from that machine. And so I have 2 old Windows machines that are actually ATMs in my system because we don't use Windows that much. So here you can right click and you have your take screenshot option. You also have it in the upper control line. So if I choose a take screenshot, it will basically just take a screenshot. By default, it will use whatever session is on the physical console. If you have remote sessions, if you have multiple sessions, you have option to select the session in the user session view and take screenshot for a specific session. And here you can also switch it to the screencast mode. On the top right corner, you have the auto refresh option. If you turn it on, the screen will be refreshed periodically, so you kind of have a screencast. Nothing going on right now on this machine, so this is why it's not changing. Very simple, but useful. And we also plan that we will have screenshot capability for Linux machines as well. Again, you will have to run some sort of session agent inside every session. Otherwise, the agent cannot take the screenshot for security reasons, obvious. So agent is not allowed by operating system like to take screenshot of any session without being run within that GUI session. So that's a screenshot. That was a quick one. Now let's take a little bit about remote control through the agent. So since recent versions, we also provide built-in integration with VNC. So if you run VNC on the remote machine, you can actually connect to it. Basically, if VNC is detected, you also have the remote control option here. So you choose remote control and I get the VNC session to my computer and I can do pretty much anything like I do from the machine itself. Yeah, so it's a built-in VNC client. It works both in web interface and in desktop interface of NetXMS embedded. And the good part that it also allows you to connect if you don't have a direct VNC connection from your workstation to the target system. So connection goes through the server and through the proxy agent. And the proxy agent can be agent running on the remote computer itself, or it could be anywhere in the network. That means that you can use remote control even for computers that are not reachable directly by TCP. You can install agent on the remote computer. You can configure the agent to use outbound connection to the server. You will have only one TCP connection from remote computer to NetXMS server, and that's it. And then within this connection, the VNC session will be tunneled from your workstation to the remote computer. So you can control computers that are on dynamic addresses, etc. And of course, the bonus is that everything is encrypted because VNC by itself is not encrypted. Here, everything goes within NetXMS client or server to agent connection, so everything is always encrypted. And in the properties of the node, you have a new page. It's called VNC. Here you can set VNC password if it's available. You can change the proxy from default to be a specific node and so on. And in the capabilities section, I have a new capability VNC. So when VNC is detected on the remote computer, it will be marked as VNC capable. You can use any VNC server on the remote machine. We use, I suppose, tight VNC because it seems to be working well. But yeah, you can use pretty much any VNC server. So in NetXMS, we have concept of software packages. So you can go to the configuration and there you have the packages. And the idea is that you upload the package to the server initially. And it could be anything. Initially, it was started as a way to deliver upgrades of the agents, but now it's a bit more universal. So you select a binary that you want to upload. I will use a Debian package as an example, but we support a lot of different package formats. As you can see here, it's just a Windows installer package MSI, it's MSP, Windows patch, MSU, NetXMS packages in our own format, RPMs, just zip archives and tar archives, and just any executable which will be uploaded and started on the remote system. So let's choose a Debian package. I will use NetXMS release file. Where it is? Let's download again. Okay, so I downloaded NetXMS release latest deb to my home directory. So now I will select it from the list. So now package is uploaded. When you upload the package to the server, it tries to deduce from its name for what platform it's intended and what is the type of the package. So it's based on the file name, it deduces that it's a deb package, but you of course can change it. It didn't find version information in the name, so version is empty. I can put it myself. And the comment and description are not used for the Debian packages. It's used for archives and executables. And description is just free-form description. And this package just contains NetXMS repository information. Yeah. And now you can edit. Yes, so now we have our package uploaded to the server. Now we want to deploy it. So I have a machine which has an agent on it. Of course, you need an agent. And it's a Linux machine. You can see that it's the platform is Linux x86-64. I have a shell somewhere. Yeah, so this is a shell to that machine. Let's check what we have for NetXMS. So no packages named NetXMS, etc. So basically, I can just select the host and choose the deploy package. I choose what package to deploy. And yeah, it will upload the file from server to the agent and then execute necessary commands depending on the package type to actually install it. And if we repeat, we see that we now have the NetXMS release package installed on this machine. Very easy. And of course, you can choose the container and then you do deploy package. For example, that same package on the container. And you see it will check every node and will deploy package where it's possible. So those nodes does not contain agent. So they are skipped and you see that the package was not installed because there is no agent. If I try to deploy it on my Windows machines, so you see, it will say that the package is not compatible with that machine, so it's not deployed because it's not compatible. And if we go back to the package, this is where you define the platform. So here we define that this is for all Linux platforms. If it's, for example, a binary that is only for 64-bit Intel, then you can just do like this, x86 64. And then you have package that will only be attempted to install on 64-bit Linux. And if I want to just deliver files, I can create a package. Let's create something simple. I will create directory my package, and I will create a simple file, and then I will just zip yeah, okay, let's try this. Oops. Okay, and try to deploy it. Oh, sorry, I didn't send the directory. And now let's deploy. And finally, we have my package delivered, and we have our file inside. So yeah, basically that's it. This is how it works. So yeah, thank you everybody who participated, and I hope that more people will also watch it in the recording.